Welcome, guys, to the first update of 2023. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a very, very good New Year. And you're all probably back at work now or back studying and wishing you could do it all again. Well, back to business as usual, I'm afraid. Everybody getting back to doing what they do. I'm kind of braced for the first wave of bad games. But I've been off since New Year. I've been having a break, loads to do in the house. I'm going to show you some really snappy pictures of my pictures, actually, in the office that came and got put up. We've had the first round of things done, and it's looking rather snazzy. We're not finished yet, but we're getting there. I've been out doing a bit of shopping, trying to get stuff in the sales. We've got tons to do. I've got a carpet fitter coming in a couple of days' time. Actually, sorry, tomorrow. Shit. Carpet fitter's coming tomorrow to measure up and give me a quote on a staircase carpet, because the one that's in there now, it just needs burning. There's no other way. It's hideous. What else we're having? We've got the electrician. No, we had him. Who's coming? We've got the plumber. Oh, the plumber's just been. He's fixed the leaky garage roof. Oh, painter and decorator. He's coming to do the whole living room, dining room. How could I forget that? He's coming Saturday morning at 10 o'clock to give us the bad news on how long it's going to take and how much it's going to cost. But we're putting all the money to very, very good use, as you'll see in a second when we start putting up some of the photographs. But we're going to start, as always, with a huge thanks, because I couldn't do it without you. I'm spending your generous donations. It's really nice that I can show you where your money's going. You know, a lot of people just take their audience essentially for granted. That half of them don't even say thanks. You know, no one else does these videos to say thank you. They just they feel entitled. You know. Yeah, not only am I thanking you, but I'm going to show you exactly where your money is going, so that you can actually see what you're actually doing with your money. I think it's very important to have that transparency. So I'll show you that later on in the video. But first, let's do a huge thanks to all the PayPal people, and I'm going to reel their names out now. I've got Cameron Kirby, Peter Farris, Brian Hammond. He says, please look into Sudoku Heart 1 and 2, right? Being re-released on Steam in 2023. A whole new game by a small team that worked on Sudoku 20 years ago. I never ever played that. So I will thank you for that. I will I'll have a. He's from all the way from Australia, guys. Then we got Paul Bibley, Bodhan Jahuabiaki. That's not his name, but that's the best I can do. Hey Mac, not donated anything for a while to your channel's upkeep, since there are very few games these last few years which grab my attention compared to 90s and 2000 games, but I still watch your channel because you make me laugh. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. I'm glad I give you a bit of a giggle now and then. We've also got David Lang, Ejub Basic, Carl Smith. He says, hey Mac, hope you and yours have a lovely Christmas. Be well. See you in the new year. Thanks very much, Carl. Appreciate it. Sebastian Corbett, CY Design, Parayak Hug, Patrick. No, he's not even called Patrick. He's called Parayak. Fucking hell, mate. Your name has just wrecked me. Your name owned me. Okay. He says, Merry Xmas, my mate. Hope house move is going okay. Cheers, Paddy. Why couldn't you just say Paddy in the first place instead of... Yeah. Thanks anyway. Thanks very much. Neil Bate, Peter Hogg, Jim Gillard, Jason Lightfoot. He says, to purchase Formula 1 2022 on Steam if desired. I would love to, but I can't use the wheel yet with my arm. Although I am going to check a wheel out next week. So if I can use the wheel, I'll buy it. Thanks very much. Then we've got Jacob McMullen. As if I would... He donates every week, every month, this guy. I mean, I can't believe I got his name wrong. He's been donating for a long, long time. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, Jacob. Jacob McMullen. And then we have Ismo Varman. That sounds Dutch. And David Verstraet. That sounds Dutch as well. So thank you, Ismo, and David, the Dutch people. There was another Dutch name further up, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe he's not. I thought there was. Who cares? He says, David says, best of luck with the move and renovations. Thanks very much, guys. I appreciate all your donations. I really do. Whether it's on PayPal, Subscribestar, Patreon. In fact, we're going to roll the patrons now. Thank you so much for you guys' help. Thanks for all the donations in the streams as well. It's massively needed. I mean, I can't even stress how much this is just helping. We know how cost of living now. I appreciate everything that you give me. It's just crazy. I mean, I've noticed myself a massive surge in the money that I'm spending now. It's just nuts buying the same stuff, you know. It's just, the inflation is just whoosh. Everything's gone up. It's crazy. It's nuts. I'm going to cut from the game here while we're rolling the patrons, and there's a few things I want to talk about. The first thing I think I should tell you is about where we are with the house. So I'm going to show you these photographs. The first one is, this is the room before I actually it up. That's how it used to look. Now you can see the new pictures we've had up. Above my desk we've got a nice Sean Connery with his Aston Martin there. And to the right of that, there's the Back to the Future. The original poster from the first of the trilogy of Back to the Future movies. And then as we move further over where Cass's desk is, you can see the map of Middle-earth there and a bit of a Star Wars theme going on, a bit of a Star Wars poster going on there. We have a lot more stuff to go in this room yet. It's half done. At the other end, all the rubbish is down there at the minute, so I'm not going to show you that. But there's a couple of more pictures of the pictures that we've got. It really changed the room. The lightings, we waited too long to take the pictures, so we had to put the lights on. I meant to do this in the daytime, so it looks a bit, there's flashes and you can see the flashes and stuff like that, so that was a bit. But it looks awesome when in the daylight, and it's even better when we've got the LEDs on and it's all coloured purple and that on the night time. It just looks fantastic. It's a really nice place to work in. I'm getting my chair hopefully next week, and Cass is getting her chair because she's still using a dining chair. We have the blind guy in. It's not someone who's visually impaired. He actually fits blinds. And we had the blinds and curtains. That was 800 quid, guys, for the blinds and curtains. It's supposed to be 12, but I knocked them down 400 by being a bit of a, apples and pears, ducking and diving, a bit of Del Boy. That was a bad Cockney accent. Do what? But yeah, bit of bartering. But we're getting there, guys, and it's all thanks to you lot. If you just kind of took the channel for granted, like what most people do, and just dived on and I'm not even going to give you $1, Mac. I'm not going to bother. Just you just keep giving me all the content. You just keep buying all those games and working your ass off, and giving us the free content. If everybody was like that, I don't know where I wouldn't even have the channel, would I? Couldn't afford to do this, just based off the YouTube money. It's just nowhere near enough to pay the bills. You just couldn't do it. I mean, for example, coming up in February, if I look at what games is coming out, it's going to cost us about probably £250 on games just in 1 month. In fact, that's in 10 days. There's like all these AAA games. It's actually a bit more than, I think it's in a 2-week period. There's like tons, and the £55 each a game, and I've got to buy them. So that's on top of paying your gas, your electric, and all that. And when you consider that we have to have it kind of burning, we're not out at work. I'm working from home, so we have to have the heating on, or it's freaking freezing, too cold. And obviously then there's the electricity. So the bills is huge. So, it's not just like, lol, he's a YouTuber. This is it's a business, and it costs a fucking fortune to do it. I mean, it really does. You got to buy it. You go through hardware, like it's like, I can show you a drawer full of dead mice. You just go through them because they're getting hammered. Chairs, you go through chairs. Luckily, I got sponsored for chairs. But it's a damn good job because they're about £350 each. And you go through chairs in no time at all. And PCs. This is the second PC in 5 years. You just go, upgrading and stuff. But you have to have a spare PC, because if this goes, I'd be out of business. So I have a PC that if this gets virused or anything like that, or gets offline, I've got it's not as powerful as this one, but I've got another one, all with an editor, everything ready to go there and just slot in and just get going. But you have to have all that. I've got backup mice, I've got backup keyboards, I've got backup everything. So if hardware fails, I'm not. And you have to do that. You can't, you're not in an office block where there's lots of other people and you can just go into the cupboard, the spare cupboard, and just pull out a magic keyboard. You can't. You gotta be prepared for everything. So it does cost a lot of money when you do this full time, because you're constantly spending. And I mean, I love it. I love doing it, but it is expensive, and that's why at this time of the year I'm doubly grateful for because everybody's skinned after Christmas. So just it's heartwarming to see that people are still supporting it. It's just really, really nice, and this is why I do these videos, just to say a huge thanks, because you deserve a dedicated video of thanks. You really, really do. And this month's going to be a bit dry for games. There's not a lot coming out. It's going to be very indie and looking at maybe some that I missed last year. But February's nuts, and so is March. There's a ton of big like AAA and AA games coming out in February and March. So it'll just be, I've already worked out my schedule. I won't even get a day off for 3 weeks. It'll just be straight on 3 weeks, probably about 10 hours a day, just blasting through. It's going to be crazy. But that's the way the cookie crumbles when it happens every year. You know, generally at that time as well, you get these months where it's just bonkers. It's just, I just get on with it and just do it, and it's enjoyable, frustrating, and I just pray that the game's as good, because when you get a really shit game and you got to do it for 10 hours, it's torture. It's absolute torture. So we'll see how it goes. We'll just hope, fingers crossed, that we get some good ones, and especially Harry Potter. I hope that's good. I really hope that's good for a few reasons, but that would be nice if that's a good game. Anyway, guys, I've waffled on and waffled for long enough. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you do for us, and I hope to give you another cracking year of reviews. Emphasis on truth and integrity, as always. I'll see you in the next video, guys.